Welcome everybody, how are you? Bienvenidos a todos, ¿cómo están? Okay friends, so yesterday we started to establish the terms of the project. We talk a lot about how the main idea of the project. I was thinking about how to create this project. I remember that this is what I'm going to do. We're going to create multiple buildings. Remember, we said that yesterday we created a list of the most of the buildings, of the main buildings. If we need to add more, we're going to create them. And I said, first I'm going to create buildings, assets, and later I'm going to start to create a map. The thing is that I wanted to do it in low poly, but I also want to use shade smooth. If I do that, most of the low poly assets will need some kind of extra edges, so we're going to play a lot with the bevel modifier. And let's see if it is only individual buildings, I have no problem. I can build that, but I am trying to think it in the big project. This is going to be a challenge. Maybe here people that know about optimization, about how to create this, or have more experience with this kind of projects. Remember that this is not a simple 3D environment. I am trying to create a big city. So I was thinking, I am going to create the buildings, and also I'm going to start to maybe sell these assets as separated projects, and then the big project is going to be sold at the end when we complete everything. We're going to create renders for when we finish each project, for example, houses, buildings, or parks. That is the idea. And I said that just yesterday we're going to start with hello, Humanizer Legend, welcome. One moment, please. Okay, now I just wanted to check what windows I have open here in my browser, because we're going to use a lot. Yes, a new project. Remember that we finished the Hawker project. Let me show you. Yesterday we talked about that a lot. This was the last version of the project. I am not creating yet the other renders or the still files, because it is a lot of work and I am not sure how I'm going to split this model. Maybe I'm going to create a very low a small statue, and that if I do that I need to lower a lot the level of detail, but at least you're going to have the still files. So this was the final result of the project. You have the recap that we did on Monday. Yesterday we started to talk about the project that we're going to start working right now. It is going to be a very big project, but we're going to create like separated. It is going to be a big project, but it is going to be formed by different small projects. I don't know if I can. I think that you have the idea. The original idea was a 3D environment, but I don't want it only to create just a render. I want to create a whole city. So we're going to create maybe separated renders from different parts of the project. And today we're going to start. I said that I'm going to do this in a low poly way. I'm going to try to do this, trying to use the less polygons that I can. For example, for windows, for walls that I don't going to. For example, the buildings are going to be close, and I don't going to see maybe something inside, or I'm just going to see like one perspective of the part of the building. Those parts are going to be only planes, just flat planes, but the details like windows, like doors, and extra things that are part of the building, I need to add bevel. And I think that if I do projects like that and try to create the whole city, I think that the computer is not going to handle that. So we are going to maybe create low poly versions to create the final render versions. we're going to find strategies. Remember that we always find strategies. This is not my first time creating environments, but this is my first time creating a project like this, because I am thinking about not only just for the render here in Blender, I am trying to think about use this in game projects. So I want to create these assets if anyone want to use them as part of our game. I don't know, Unity, Unreal. Well, I prefer to use Unity right now if we're going to try something later. So I know that if you have a view like a camera in isometric mode of the whole city, you don't need that level of detail. I know that. So we're going to find something. For now, we're going to create buildings in a separate way. With that being said, I think that it's time to start. First, I'm going to start with individual assets, windows, doors, and then we're going to start to work with try to create this as Legos. So you're going to make them. Yes, that is the goal, but that is a goal. But if they are not, I think that you are allowed. You're allowed to use them. But I don't know. I do not know how to create games, but I know something about optimizations for asset to do the right optimization for assets. I know something, but I am not an expert. But I think that if my assets are not completely 100% able, I think that my assets are going to be able for games. But maybe if you want something more like low poly, try to use them, or try to create the textures in the trim way. What's the aesthetic you are looking? No, we're going to create the abandoned city, but we're going to make it realistic. So we're going to play with a lot of things, and the textures, I am not going to create the PBR textures because that is more time, and I just know how to create some textures, but I am not an expert in creating PBR textures, like materials very, very specific. Maybe we're going to need to do that later, but for now we're going just only to use free assets from Polyhaven, for example, or other sites where you can get textures for free. I'm going to try to use 4K textures and try to reuse them. So for example, let's say that I create a house, but I have only one texture. For houses, maybe I'm going to use two textures for walls, for example, for walls. So I'm going to try to combine them here with nodes to create different ways to make them, and to make like those with those textures, try to create different materials. I don't know if you have the idea. For example, just changing the color is one material. You can create different materials just by changing the color, and then playing how you're going to mix those textures, something like that. I see you should go. Yes, something like that is the idea. But again, remember that I came here with an idea, but I am not 100% sure of what we're going to do. So we always do things. When we start doing things, we're going, okay, we should take this way, we should continue with this way, we should change to this. Remember that we do things like that here, because I start with nothing. And yesterday, if you lost the stream yesterday, I created a document. Well, let me see. This is here. Pages, docs. No, don't see the other documents. Okay. So here I created a document where this is like all the buildings that we are going to create. We're going to create separate buildings, and I'm going to, let's see if we can leave. So in summary, in recap, this project is going to be created by different small projects, if we can call it like that. You can see these are all the by looking on artist and ArtStation, search for the word breakdown, and you see how other people make it. Research. No, yes, I know how to do. It is not like I don't know how to do things. I am saying that I know I did this before. I created already environments for games. I already did that. I created specific maps. For example, they send me the image, I want this, and I just create that. But that is easier because I already know I have the image, the environment is limited, and also like the buildings go in the same style, something like that. So you don't have to change a lot. You just, the most thing that you have to do there is just do the 3D modeling. There you have to try to create different kind of buildings depending on the project, but here this is like more challenging because we're going to create a lot of different buildings. I don't know if you understand what I am trying to say, but again, we start with small parts. For example, we're going to start right now to create only windows, then doors, then pillars if the building have pillars, then walls, I don't know, roof, and with that we're going to then assemble all of that, mix all of that, and we create the building. Hello, welcome. I think that you have the idea right now, but again, that is going to be, most of the entry environment points are only for render, so I don't want that only for that, and I understand that I want low poly, but at the same time I need to add some bevel to play with the shade smooth. If you move closer to the window in real life, we need to do this in real scale, but if you move closer, you're going to be able to create to see the details, and that is my purpose. But we're also going to create a whole city, so there I need to see how I'm going to group these buildings, how I'm going to, that is if I am creating the again, okay, that is later. I know we have to focus on how we're going to create things. I don't want to play with right now. The challenging part about this, how to create these assets, is in modeling, of course, is bevel and the sharp edges. We need to play with those resources, with those tools here in Blender, to see how we're going to create things. Okay, that is the idea. So let's get started. Remember that we're going to, I always turn off my camera so you can focus on the screen, and today we're going to start with houses. Remember that houses here in my country, in my continent, in Latin America, because this project, this city, is going to be inspired by Latin America, and my city, to be more specific, I'm going to use like the map of my city to distribute elements, to use it as a reference to see how the map is going to be, something like that. But of course that we're not going to follow we're not going to copy the distribution of the buildings like the real city. No, I'm just using that just as a reference, and I am talking about that because here buildings are a little bit different. That, for example, if you're in the US, for example, here we don't use wood to build houses. Wood are only for doors, just only for doors. Most of the houses of the middle class here are with what is the material, the concrete, something like that. Not concrete, but bricks. Bricks are the main material here of those. That is one thing that it is different, for example, in the US. Another thing is that houses are very, very, let's say, unique and original, because most of the neighborhoods, especially in the poor sides of the cities are like very original, because they are like people there like invade those territories, not in a bad way, because they wanted to live, and they were also uh, they trust some corrupt authorities, and like the neighborhoods are very irregular. You have streets in one way, streets in another one. Houses are like two floors with some weird supports. It is like a mess in the design. I'm talking about the houses of the people. I'm talking about the distribution. So that is the other special thing about Latin America here. Houses, most of the neighborhoods are like that. And also the windows. The particular thing about windows here in our houses is that you have not only windows, doors, and because of the rise of robberies, more neighborhoods are like closed. Like you're like, it is like you're living in a jail, because windows have a lot of these structures of metal structures to don't allow people from the outside to go inside, like a kind of protection. Normal houses do not, if you see movies or something like that, I mean from other countries, you see that you have only the glass, and your window is the glass you open depending on the design of window. But here in my country, we have the windows with a lot of these kind of protections. So let's start. I'm going to explain. I'm going to start first with the common Windows design, and then we can add the other details. We're going to start today with maybe with windows, and then with doors, and then we're going to start with the project is going to be real scale. So I need to create something in 180. 180 is going to be the size of the reference of the human body, if we can say it like that. Okay, so let's get started. Let me turn off my camera, and let's start with Google to do the research. Okay, so let's get started. Here we are. Let's delete this. Let's use a plane or a cube. Let me see a plane. Here we're going to rotate this. See, I'm going to move this 1 meter, so we have right now 2 meters. And what else? And let me see if I can. Okay, so we have right now right now we have the human height. This is going to be the reference for all the assets. Also, I'm going to try to create some walls just to try some textures to add to the other asset. Let me see one moment something. I'm going to be back, but it is going to be because I want to search something and I don't want to have any surprises in the screen. So just one moment. Let me see something. One moment. No. the tipos. This Chinese. I think that I'm going to use this as reference. Save image. One moment. Yeah. References. What is this? References. I call this references. Okay, now I'm back. I just wanted to search for some human body reference, and I am not going to add as a new material. I'm just going to play with this. Where is the image? Here. I'm going to use only this. No problem with the weird background. Maybe later we're going to search for something better, but right now we're only going to use this. Okay, let's delete this. This is going to be a reference, and of course I'm going to rotate this. Let's see. Okay, so here we have our reference. We don't have any surprises. Let's join this. We cannot join this. Okay. I should use the plane that I just deleted, but I'm going just to leave it like that. Okay. Well, I'm going to move this to a new collection. Human. I recommend Unreal Engine Mannequin. It's a great resource for scale. The happy businessman works well. Yeah. Don't worry. This is something simple. But thank you for your. Okay, don't worry. We already have our reference. Okay, so right now let's start searching for the. Let's see. These are the references that I have. For example, here this is going to be a poor neighborhood because we divided. This is going to be like a poor house. We have a lot of this in our city. The middle class. I think that I don't have something about the middle class. Maybe here. Yes, for example, here is a middle class neighborhood, but the windows are not like that. But something like that. Let me see. I'm going to create here inside the references. I'm going to create a new folder that is going to be houses. Houses class. Okay, let's start with this. Here I'm going to add new. Okay. The new references. Okay. So let's here Guayaquil houses middle class. Let's see. I wrote it in the wrong way. For example, look at this is what I was talking about. Look, most of the houses that we in the city. Look, you can see the image, right? You can see that all the houses are like closed with this kind of, I don't know the word in English. Let's see. Rejas, bars, yes, bars is the word. So you can see that the whole, most of the houses here are protected by bars because we have a lot of robbery. So all the people protect their houses with this. Okay, look. So let's start with simple designs of and you can see that the design of the buildings are like very unique. Look at this one. You can see the bars here, so the thieves cannot get to the inside. Or we also have this special thing like in the, you can see here you have electrified fences and that is also another thing. And another kind of protection that we usually have in our houses are like, for example, you can see this wall. In this part, in the upper part of the wall, if you don't have bars, we usually break glasses from bottles. Like when you go to a bar and break a bottle when you want to fight, something like that. Okay, those pieces of glass, we put it in here. So if people try to go to the inside, they're going to hurt themselves. Those are the defensive strategy that right now we have in our homes. And now that now the situation of the country is worse than before, we also have cameras here, cameras and some kind of sirens, but that doesn't protect too much. So most of our neighborhoods are, you can see here the neighborhood. Okay, now the neighborhoods are closed with bars. So one block of houses are closed by bars from one side to other side, and you need to open, you need some keys if you live there. And some has some private guardians, but they are not much of help. They don't help too much because they can do too much if you have armed thieves, because right now the robberies are not only with guns, with normal guns or with knives. Right now you have some cars, a lot of cars or motorcycles that came with a lot of people, and they kidnap you or kill you if you are in their list, if you don't pay some kind of extortion. And if they want to rob you, they are also a group of people and they are not armed like before. Before you only have knives or simple guns. Right now you have like weapons, like they are in the army. I don't know the name of those, but those kind of things. So we're going to start with that, with this design. Look, unique designs, original designs, but with those kind of protections. We're going to start with these simple designs, and then we're going to move with other designs. Right now I'm going to create multiple designs of windows. So let's see some simple, for example here, I think that this is, I found late before other designs that were good. Let me see this one. Okay, this is one design. See this one, this is with some kind of protection here. And the other one is with these windows here. Look, look, this one. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to download the images yet. Let's just start with a simple window with this one. This is in a rural area, because in the city you cannot have a house like this. These windows. So let's create multiple designs of windows. Okay, let's start. going to start with a simple plane. What the hell happened? Alrighty. I think that these windows, this is a good size, right? Let me see. Most of the window, no, this is too big. I need to make it a little bit like that. This window is good because we're going to divide this in the middle. Okay. So we're going to have two parts here. Okay, we also need this kind of where you're going to open and close the windows. These metallic parts. Let me think. Let me see the design here. Okay, you have here, here, and then here. Okay. These are going to be the limits. Let's use this design. Let me separate this one. Make this maybe like that. To change this to earth. This is too big. Oh, this is okay. This is okay because we're going to have the other, or maybe it's lower it a little bit. So we're going to create a mirror modifier. We're going to use this as a reference and not this part. Okay. Okay. We have the same here and the same here. So right now let's add some solidify, maybe. The offset is going to be at the middle. Let's increase to 2 is good, I think. Yes, I think that this is good. 2, just 2 is good. Now let's add the other side here. Now this one, let's use this. Here, okay. Great. Here, I think that here is good. Okay, so now we have the main structure of our window. Sorry, we need to, no. Okay, I forgot about something very, very important. Let me delete this. This side I'm going to delete it. So the same with this one because I have, let me see. I have this divided or not? Let me add here the, okay. Let me delete this side. Delete that side, and now, okay, let's think about this. First, okay, this is good, but right now, the plane is going to be the same. Okay, let's it in here at the center. So now we have one window. Let me create an structure for the window to use it as a reference. Maybe I should have started with that before. Let me here I am going to create the protection just so this is going to be like that. Let me duplicate this one, make it smaller. Like that. Okay. Yes, maybe not too much because I want to hide this one. We're okay with that. Maybe here. Okay. This one, and I am going to. We are going to have that. Okay, but this is something here. I'm going to apply let me apply this. Let me delete this one here. Wait. This is because I duplicate. No. Don't delete that. That mirror modifier. So okay. So let's merge these two parts. And let me go here, merge, clean, fill, and merge by distance. Okay, now we have this as one. I'm going to leave it like that. Now the protections here. I am not going to create something special here, just make this bigger, trying to keep the low poly. Okay, so if you have like an idea, the window is going to move like this, just to let you know the design. You move to open and close the windows, you have to move it through these like protections. Okay, this is the design of the window. Of course, I need to make this bigger because I need to duplicate this window and move it one to the front and one to the back. So this will be bigger. Okay, now let's leave it like that. Just let's use that for now. Okay, let's duplicate this window here and move it to the other side. And move it here. Great. But this design is not good because I should move it here and here at the middle. So let me do this. Let me think how we are going to move this window. Maybe I'm going to move it this at the middle. Let me see, at the center. Okay, the problem with that is that I need the origin at the center. Great. Okay, now we have that at the middle. I should do that before. Let me change this again to the closest. Let me hide this window, this one here. I think that I'm going to delete this. Yes, I'm going to delete this, the first design. We don't need that anymore. Sorry. I made a mistake. Sorry, I made this in the wrong way. Let's delete the other one. Okay, here I'm going to move it. No, but this is the one that I need at the middle. No, we were good. Oh, no, don't worry. Let's just do this. Let's change here the sides. Let's make these two mass. And let me select this one. No, this one. This one is going to be at the middle. At the middle, center. Okay, this is going to be the center. Let's move this here. And this window, let's move it. Let me change this to closest. Why this is not working? This is not working. This is not working. Okay, that didn't work, and let's just change this to origin to the center. So now we have closed that, and this work. No, let's leave it like that. Let's close this. Okay, great. So what else? I am going to duplicate this window. Let's duplicate this and move it to the other side. Or instead of duplicate it, if we want to have something more specific, we should use array modifier. One moment. Alright. Just one, two, to the other side. -1. This a little bit 6, I don't know. This, so this one is going to be this one, no. Let me change the I should apply here the rotation, because this rotation is not helping. Let me apply here the rotation. Scale, of course, a scale. Apply the scale for everything. The rotation. So here now we have this with more sense. This one the same thing. Okay, and this one we're good with that. Okay, now that we have that here, let's move it to the back. Let me see. Okay, this one is the right. So I'm going to apply the same array modifier to the other side, -1, and 1, I think, just. But here the different thing is that I need to move this. One moment, this should not be no, to the middle, we're good with that. Okay. So now I need to close this. channel 0. Okay, perfect. 0 here. No, 0 no. This was here, 0 was okay, but this one no. One minus 1 small. Madre. Pues 0 mano, intentar. Quiero ir de a poquito ya. Need to in this window array. Maybe this is not working, the Y axis. Here, let me see. Wait. Here, just here, see. I don't know why I cannot change the look. I cannot use this one here, but why cannot use the y-axis? Maybe because we have. Let me turn off one moment the mirror modifiers. Just one moment. This one here. Turn off this mirror modifier. I think I'm good with that. No, I'm not allowed to mirror. Let's delete the mirror modifier. Why this one is not working? Let's leave it with one more. One. Why this is not working? Relative. What happens if I change it here to offset? This is too much. Relative. I don't know why this relative is not working. In y-axis. Here, no problem. Why? I don't know what happened with that. Let's just continue. But you know what? The problem is that I don't want to merge. This is waiting just to merge this, and we're going to have the duplicated part here. Okay, forget about that. I'm going to forget about the rise. I'm just going to do this again. The rise. Now why this is not working? ¿Por qué aquí? Okay, this is like the... It is still not the way I wanted, because again I was wrong. It should be in here. Sorry, let me do this in the right way. I was wrong again. Let's delete this. Or maybe not completely in this part. Let me create this part. One moment. I'm going to create another line here. No. Why? Modo más sirve eso. Bring to the center of the mass. ¿Por qué te vas para allá, loco? ¿Y? Ya, ahora sí está en la mitad, no molestes. Ya, ahí está la ventanita. Ahora sí tenemos nuestra ventana. Now we have our first window, but we need the protections in this side. Okay. Entonces vamos a duplicar questo. Qui lo duplicamos así. Quitamos esta, ponemos esto, y también le vamos a aplicar el rotation. Ahora sí, vamos, dissolve edges, we are not going to need that. No, perdón, beg your pardon. Ok, ahora sí estamos bien. Y este va a ser aquí, no, aquí no, bad. Aquí vamos a aplicar, aquí estamos bien. Un momento, center plane. Ok, ya tenemos ahora sí las protecciones para que nuestra ventana se abre y se cierre. A ver. Sí, ahora sí está la ventanita más poquita. Okay, so this is like the first window. Let's try to do something extra here. I am going to, let me do this. Let me see here something. Okay, we have, okay. So remember that I told you that I am going to work with shade smooth. So let me hide this human height. Shade smooth. So by doing that, first, all the things that are going to be in contact with another surface, I'm going to delete that. I think that's very good here. Let's see here. Let me hide this just for a moment. But we don't have to worry about this part, but I want this to be at the middle. I don't have to worry about this part because I'm going to delete it. Okay? Maybe the window should need to be a little bit to the inside. Let me try to do that. Thickness only 5. The same for this one, 5. Hide it. Okay, so here we should move it to the middle. I have a mirror there, okay. The origin, okay, great. I am not allowed to move this. Maybe 1 moment. Okay, now we are at the middle. This sheet flat. Great. I think that we are okay. We're good. We're good. Okay, music stop. I'll be back in a moment, okay? Don't go. I'll just go for some water. 1 moment, please. I'm back. Let's continue. So now let's create the borders. Let's create the wall. Let me one moment download one texture. Let's try wall just for one moment. Okay, here we have interesting designs. Plaster, let me go with plaster. This one is a normal wall, right? Let me try a brick wall. I want to test how the wall is going to look. Good. This one is perfect, but let me try another one. Let's try. No, this is. Let's try this one. Reference. Okay. I am going to download it. The 4K. Just a diffuse. But this is not a square. This is going to be. I am trying to create like separated walls, so the one wall is going to have this as the main texture, but this is not a square. This is not a square. This one. Let's go with the diffuse. One moment. This is not a square. Yes, it is a square. One more. I'm going to create a wall here. This should be the normal wall. Just because the door is going to be here. I think that the reference is going to be this. The wall is going to be like this. Okay, so 4 in dimensions are going to be 4. Yes, this is going to be my reference for the wall. 4. Okay, let's continue. Delete that. Delete that material, and I'm going to use it anymore. Great. For this project, for this design of the wall, as you can see, let me show you. Look, we have some borders here, so this is good. Why? Because I can just delete my borders here. I can delete my border here. Can delete here, and I can delete here. Ooh, we don't have. I think that we. Okay. 1 moment, please. Estos manes sí que les gustan, ¿no? Qué tontera estos manes, loco. Y no les cumplo con su cosa, no me dejan usar el vértice. Okay. Now our wall. And let's delete this in here. So now we have our wall with the window, but let's create the borders. So this is like the blocking of this window 1, and now let's start to add the extra things that I want to improve the design. One more please. The designs are really difficult to recreate. Okay, now let's start to play with the bevel modifier. Ah, no, esta no. Esta no quería la de acá. Here I am not going to add any other special. I think that for these parts, because are small details, I'm just going to be sharp. No. Mark sharp. Sorry. Before we do that, let's apply the modifiers. Okay, so the window is something like that. What do you think? Maybe? No, I think that it is okay. Okay, friends. So as you can see, for today we're going to finish. This is the window, the first proposal of the first window. We're going to create more proposals, more designs for the windows. Right now we're going to do only that, and later, after we finish that, we're going to start with the texture, or we should create I think we should create the other parts of a house. We'll see. For now, just more options of window. Okay, more variations. This is the first one. So that's all for today, friends. We're going to continue tomorrow if I don't have a new project to work. And remember, after we finish something, then we're going to start creating the multiple, with these assets we're going to create multiple structures, multiple houses, in this case just houses, but maybe we can use this for other builds, so just keep that in mind. And that's all. So thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, give it a like, share this content with others, leave a comment below. Follow me on my other platforms, Twitch, Kick. In my social media accounts, X, Instagram, TikTok, you can find me as Fernando Sarko. If you want me to collaborate or pray as a freelancer, you can contact me. There's my email, social media accounts, LinkedIn page. You can create a project on Upwork and C3 and send a message too. You can join to our Discord server to share things about 3D. We have multiple links to resources there. If you want to know what kind of computer I'm using, you have the KitCon link, and that's how you're going to find all the components I use for my PC. And if you want to support my work, remember that you have super stickers, super chats, super thanks, and also we have memberships. We have PayPal link, and even better, you can get one of my mods. If you want assets for your games and animations, you can visit my Square store. If you want sculptures like this one for 3D printing, you can visit my Culture store. And also you have C3, a third option where you're going to find both assets and sculptures. So that's all, friends. Thanks for coming. In a few minutes we'll continue Kick. And tomorrow we have YouTube and Twitch, just if nothing happens again. So that's all. Thanks for coming. Please remember to write your suggestions. We are creating an open world, if we can say like that, a really big map. I don't know how many days we're going to. I think a lot, because usually when I create an environment, I take like 1 week and a half, but I work from the morning till the morning, because just sleep 3 hours and just stay here in the computer working on that thing, and I spend like 1 hour, 1 week and a half with a full project finish. Here we're going to take more time, of course, but remember that this project is going to be with a lot of days, but it is going to be like separated projects, because we're going to finish a building or maybe some assets, and we're going to I'm going to maybe create time lapses for those assets in this case. So just think about this as a big project, but a big project that is formed by different small projects. Okay. Hello, Tanaki. Welcome. I was saying that today we started with our first asset, that is this window. We're going to work on multiple variations of windows. Then we go with doors, then with corners or pillars. Then we continue with roofs, and then we are going to create our first houses. Right now we're starting with middle class houses. Okay. Later, after we finish the houses, we're going to start to create extra things. Just for example, the bars to protect the houses, and it is better because it's going to be great for the project because the houses here in my country looks already like we are like in a zombie apocalypse or something like that. So it is great for our project. That is what we started to do today. We're going to take a while, but remember, this project is just think about small projects that is part of a big project. So that's all, and that's what we did today. We're going to continue tomorrow if I don't have another project. I'm going to start to on weekends. Maybe because this project is too big. Maybe some weekends I'm going to continue with this, or on weekends I'm going to start to upload the videos from the other streaming, from the other projects, the sculptures. So you will have here all the playlists, different playlists for different projects. So you're going to have a lot of content, because in Twitch and Kick those content is not recorded. So I have to download that, and then I'm going to re-upload it here on YouTube. So you're going to have a lot of videos, a lot of different projects too. You just have to, I'm going to upload it with no editing. I'm just going to cut the parts where I change to the V-Ray screen. And if you don't want to see the whole day, you just have to increase the speed. So you don't to miss anything. And then you're going to have the time lapse. So don't worry about that. And that's all, friends. So in a few minutes we'll continue on Kick with the other project, and that's all. Remember to follow me on other platforms. Please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for coming. Thank you for your support, and see you in the next one. Remember in the comments to write about suggestions. Maybe you have some model of houses, some model of buildings. Right now we're starting with houses. Okay, suggestions for the project. Okay. Goodbye, friend, and thanks for coming.